Welcome to rePROs Fight Back, a podcast on all things repro. I'm your host, Jenny Wetter, and each episode I will be taking you to the front lines of the escalating fight over our sexual and reproductive health and rights at home and abroad. Each episode, I will be speaking with leaders who are fighting to protect our reproductive health and rights, to ensure that no one's reproductive health depends on where they live. It's time for rePROs to fight back. Hi all, welcome to this week's episode of rePROs Fight Back. Before I get to the interview, which is going to be my third interview in a series of 4 interviews on child marriage, this one focusing on child marriage in India, I have a couple of quick housekeeping things. First, if you like our podcast, please help other people find it by subscribing, rating, and reviewing us, particularly on iTunes. It helps boost our visibility and allows other people to find it. So if you could rate, review, and subscribe, that would be amazing. Thank you. Next, we are still running our giveaway for rePROs Fight Back swag. We want to know which sexual reproductive health and rights topics you find particularly important or engaging right now. So to do that, reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter at rePROs Fight Back and let us know which topics we have already covered that you have particularly enjoyed or which topics you would like to see us cover in the future. We will select 20 submissions at random and send out a bunch of great rePROs Fight Back swag. So, again, reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter and let us know which topic we have already covered that you loved or a topic that you would love to see us cover. I can't wait to see what you all suggest. With that housekeeping out of the way, let's move on to the interview.
My name is Arvind Ojha. And I'm from Urmul Trust, which is working in the western Rajasthan in the Thar desert of India. Child marriage is a big problem, especially because I'm coming from Rajasthan, and we consider it a big problem. And it became a tradition long back, and there are some auspicious days. We call it Akha Tej. One date comes in around May or April or May.
Okay.
And there is another People Purnima. These 2 dates are considered the auspicious day. And in these dates, people used to marry their daughters or children, and they consider that these are really very good dates and they will get the seat in the heaven directly.
Okay.
So that's the. So earlier we were discussing that the child marriage is the only problem of Rajasthan, but later we realized that no, it's a big problem of India. I was invited by the elders for Addis Ababa meeting, Ethiopia meeting in 2011. And the elders called that meeting on the child marriage. And I was really surprised that it is not only India's problem.
Right.
It is a global problem. Then we have seen the commitment of elders, the world leaders. That time we thought of strategies to ending child marriage from the globe, and girls not brides born in that meeting. And I feel proud.
I mean, that's great. You were there when it started.
Yes. I'm feeling proud that because I was there, and I was among one of the people who decided for the ending child marriage from the globe and girls not bride. So in India, the problem is very worse. In some states of northern India, it is high prevalence, like in Bihar and in Rajasthan. UP, Jharkhand are the other states where prevalence is very high. But in Rajasthan is the largest state geographically and population-wise. So our number is more.
Right.
That's the thing. Globally, if you compare, India is with the maximum number of child marriage. Although the situation is improving now, that age at marriage is improving, but still it's child marriage.
Right.
Because the legal age for marriage is 18 years for girl and 21 year for boy. Maybe this you don't believe that this is not fair, that why there are two ages for children. In some of our laws, all children are up to 18 years, but only in this Child Marriage Act, they provided the age for boys is 21. Okay, live. But as per last few years' work, we realized that now government has started talking. And I really thank to Girls Not Brides for bringing this issue again. Otherwise, we have lost this issue. We were not talking. And there was one incident in Rajasthan in early 80s. A woman from the village who was appointed by the state for creating awareness among the people for all the bad traditions, and child marriages was one. She stopped one child marriage, but she has to face. She was gang raped by the parties, other parties who were affected. So after that, people were not talking on that for years. But I really thank to Girls Not Brides who brought in the issue again from the globally, from the top. And because I was there at this meeting, and then the second meeting was in Delhi, I was there in Delhi also. And I've seen the strategy planning and implementation of that strategy. I'm in so many coalitions, so many networks, I know. But I have never seen a successful strategy implementing that in very, very effective manner in time and quality and number. So now it become really a issue. I was there in Girls Summit London. So I've seen that how all world leaders started talking on child marriage. Developed countries are ready to fund for child marriages. Initially, when we ask, because I'm from NGO, we are a grassroots NGO, we're working, and when I ask any funder or a funding agency or development agency for fund for child marriage, they say, no, we won't provide you fund for child marriage. We can provide you fund for child rights and other names, but not. So that was the scene there. But now, I think that yes, people and funders are now started talking. I will share one incident of 2011. After coming back from Addis meeting, I met the chief minister, who is the Prime Minister of State and Chief Minister of State. I shared with him. I shared that, sir, I met Archbishop Desmond Tutu in Addis. He asked me, what is there? Don't you have any law in your country? I responded him, no sir, we have law. Because earlier we don't have law. We have a very old law of 1929, the Sharda Act. But from 29 we don't have. Then now 2006, we have a very effective law, Child Marriage Prohibition Act 2006. So I said to him, no sir, we have a law now. Then, don't you have any administration? Dashman Tutu asked me. I said, no, we have administration. We have good officials or senior officials, civil services. That means you don't have political will. That was the statement from Archbishop Dashman Tutu. And I share this statement in the same manner to the Chief Minister of Rajasthan state. And I requested her, sir, in your leadership, how we can say that we don't have political will? So he was really felt it. Mm-hmm. And from this very day, next day, there was some big advertisement about child marriages. So I was so happy. And I'm really proud to say that in Rajasthan, because of linkage with the Girls Not Bride, I bring the issue and I raise the issue with the state government, and then the state government initiated. Problem doesn't end there. Some people at the top bureaucracy or the top parliamentarian, they were okay. But in India or in any country, I think real implementers are at the grassroots or the villages or the districts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And at district level officials, they were really not very serious about ending this. And they, when we stop some and when we complain them that there some girl is going marriage and she complained us, so they say, why you are making it issue? They are poor people. So the entire attitude of sympathy,
right,
with the family is really, it was not good because they were just considering the money which is going in arranging or ceremonializing the child marriage. Because generally in our area, people or the families arrange 2 marriages, 3 marriages together.
Right.
And in that, one is elder, one may be in the age, but 2 other girls are not in the age, proper age. So that is the problem. And another thing, they said we have to pay dowry. So it is a costly affair, and poor people can't afford it. That's why they are doing. But we studied that. Of course, this is a common understanding, a common perception of the people that because of poverty, families do child marriages. In one of our study, we found that because they marry the girl early in the age, she is not mature enough to live her life, future life, better life. High rate of malnourishment, high rate of anemia in adolescent girls become the problem when they married and they have sex and they become pregnant. So if you see from the health angle, the major problem of India is the highest infant mortality rate, highest maternal mortality rate. So if we go in the root cause again, we'll find the root cause is the maximum around 37% marriages are of those girls who are not capable of bearing child pregnancies. Right. So that is the issue, and we are raising it. We also raise this issue with the families that, okay, you are worried about the cost at one time but see how much cost you incurred later on, where some lose their daughters, some got sick, some lose their children. So what is this? And you have to spend more and more money in caring those. So that's the issue, in fact. Now the causes of the child marriage in India is one of, I said that poverty, yes it is, but now we are asking governments, it is not the solution of poverty to marry a girl.
Right.
It is not a solution, because she might suffer in the other family, in-laws. They would be also poor people. So how you? So the solution is that government must provide livelihoods, enough wages to poor. So they have to run such schemes which can provide on priority to below poverty line families. So that is one. Second, we should bring in all the out of school girls in school, because as soon as the girl drop out from the school, and in our area after 4th standard or 5th standard they won't go, they drop. Boys used to go. And nowadays the problem is that the next school, the elementary school, is maybe in some other area. And in our region, we are in desert. In desert, distances are the problem.
Yeah.
So people or the families doesn't allow their girls to go out alone. So that is another problem. And they ask girls to not to go to school, and we realize that those girls are more vulnerable to drop out from the schools. That is really, we found. And because as the girl is sitting in the house, all the elder women or men just think of her and say, oh, just marry her.
Right.
Marry her and get free of your liability. When I say liability, means another issue of child marriage or cause is insecurity. They are clearly, openly saying that, oh, we can't believe in the society. We are not sending her to school because we don't believe, is she secure there or not? Or so insecurity is really another big cause. And they married. So we also ask them, is the girl a luggage? She's not a luggage. She's not some asset. You are just transferring somebody.
Right.
She's human being. She's your daughter. Her mother gave birth. She was worried when she got sick. You went to doctors. You ran so you just nurtured her, and you cared her very well. But now suddenly after 12 years or 13 years, you are thinking of her security, and you are just shifting your liability to somebody else. So this is another problem. We raise the issue with the government that schools must be very attractive, and no girl should be out of school. Although I don't believe that what education schools are giving.
Yeah, no, it definitely matters. It can't just be a school.
Matter. But bringing her school means for some time she is out of sight and out of worry. So that is the issue. In fact, in our area, schooling is a big problem for the girls. So what we did, the Urmul Trust, my organization which I belong to, we have started residential educational camps. We call them Balika Shivir, girls education Shivir camps. And we kept those girls for 6 to 7 months. And we started educating them. And in 6 months, you won't believe that in 6 or 7 months, they learn, the learning level of those girls become up to sixth standard, fifth standard. And our focus was also not only on education, but for the parents, sake of parents, we say, no, she can educate, she can get this certificate. But our hidden agenda was to make her ready for a better life, skills of life. So that is one agenda. Another was that in that reason we have discrimination with boys, discrimination with caste is the big factor. So if there are lower caste, they can't eat with the upper caste. So that was really making a difficult society. So we thought that if we can bring all the girls together, they live together. So this preparation of bringing them together, they are playing together, they are eating together. Initially for 1 month it really became a problem. But later on, when they started mingling with each other, they forget everything. Mm-hmm. And I believe that this hidden agenda of bringing them together will create a better future when they become decision makers. Maybe not the very next day when they leave the camp, the education system, and went back to their family. They will suffer again. But the seed is in their heart. So later on, and we have published this some books or some records. So that also proved that. So that's the one option which we innovated for those girls. Now, government is also trying best to bring all those girls in the schools. They have started some alternative schooling systems, like Kasturba Gandhi Vidyalaya, the girls' residential schools for girls. So that is happening there. Urmul Trust, my organization, is a wide range organization. So we are working on health, we are working on education, we are working on environment, we are working on water and sanitation and women's empowerment. So a lot of, but they're all connected. All connected, yes, because we are also working with the mother. We are also working with the father, and we have created the youth groups, children's group, adolescent girls group. So they are all really doing well. And now girls from our Shivir, our camps, now coming away. And they are really going in police, they become teachers, they've got elected as the local governance leaders. So it's a good. That it changed in last 15 years, we can see. Mm-hmm. And now our focus is on the child marriage, and that is really going well.
And solving child marriage will help solve a lot of those other problems that you work on. By addressing child marriage, it will also help with the maternal health and all of the other things.
Exactly. It's integrated. Yeah. And I must say that now in last few years, Government of India and the UN agencies working in India and other INGOs, they have initiated work on child marriage, which is good, which is really, but scale is very high.
Yeah.
The problem is very high. Recently, UNICEF report is saying that child marriage is in India has gone down. Gone down means from 37% to 29%. But it is still high.
Yeah.
If around 30% girls are getting married before age, that means all the problems which are connected, either the HIV or the infant mortality, maternal mortality, malnourishment, and also the migration or coming on trafficking is all related with it. So still it is severe. It is severe because in the population we are at top. We are in maximum numbers.
Right.
So
Well, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. It's been great to hear about what is going on in India.
yeah, India, really, we were trying. And we are also initiated now because so many civil society organizations are working in different places. They are piloting something. They are innovating some ways. But need of time and the challenge is to cover entire population. That is really important. And for that, we initiated with the support from Girls Not Brides, a local coalition among the different civil societies. That type of coalitions are required. India is a big nation. So we decided that we will make some state coalition first, and later on we'll go for the national, because states are also
Very large.
large states.
Yeah.
So that's and we have focused on the priority states first, like Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh. They are the largest states. So we are doing that, and I really thankful to Girls Not Bride, who really made this issue now in front of every government. Next year we are having elections in India. So now we have decided that we will make it agenda for their election manifestos.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they should speak on that. So that we are trying for the child right, for the... One more problem was in India in last 3 decades was the declining sex ratio, especially for the girls. So girls are not allowed to be born. So that is really a problem. And if you see because every 10th year we are having this. So we had the census of 1991, 2001, and 2011. So if you see the sex ratio up to age 0 to 6, you will find that girls are really not increasing, and that is creating a problem in the society. So what is happening? They marry younger child, because they don't believe, and there are system of exchange. If you have a son and I have a daughter, and I have also a son and you have a daughter, so we will do exchange marriages. I will give my daughter to you without considering the age.
Right.
Because lack of girls, number. So that is another problem. It is linked. So what we think? We think that now we have to consider or provide dignity of girl child, dignity to girl child.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make a society which
Value
respect
them.
which respect girls. Otherwise, the consequences of less girls we are seeing in India. Every time, so many rapes and so much problem. So these are all result of lowering down the dignity of girl.
Well, thank you. I think that's a lot for our listeners to think about. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For more information, including show notes from this episode and previous episodes, please visit our website at rePROsFightBack.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at rePROs Fight Back. If you like our show, please help others find it by sharing it with your friends and subscribing, rating, and reviewing us on iTunes. Thanks for listening.